On this learning objective, we have been able to do, before we get here, we have been able to work on configuration and setup as our first learning objective. And this learning objective we're going to have at the second one is also carrying like nothing less than 20% in the exams. And apart from that, is the area that you really need to pay more attention to. Is the area that will introduce us on how to build our own custom object, and at the same time you can modify a standard object on the platform. Before we get to this Object Manager learning objective, we started with configuration and setup. Configuration and setup carried nothing less than 20% in the exams, and apart from that is the area that introduces you to the users management, is the area that introduces you to the company setting, and after that to security setting on the Salesforce platform. The first learning objective that we had happened to be the area that believe maybe the company you want to work with, they haven't set up the platform. You are being maybe you are the first set of people that are working with them, and they need to set up their company settings. They need to do their fiscal year, business hours, and all that, which I believe nearly 100% of people here, if you want to land job, they would have been working, that platform or the company would have been working, partnering with Salesforce before you even start working there. I bet at least it is being stated in the exam guide that you need to know things about company settings. You need to know things about security settings on the platform, whereby you can make use of tools like the permission set. You can make use of profile that's been assigned to your end users, and so many other tools like that that is really going to help you on the platform. So after discussing all that, then your platform is ready. It's okay. You already have users making use of the platform. You already have your security being set up. You already have your everything that you need to know that make your platform to run smoothly is already available. Then after that, definitely you need applications. You need both standard and custom object to work with on the platform. So if it happened that you need the standard object and custom object to work on the platform, before now, I always tell us that the standard object or anything that have a standard as to qualify, anything on Salesforce platform that has standard to qualify them simply means they are predefined, they are pre-built things that Salesforce provided. Salesforce.com provided them when your company purchased those licenses from them. It might be kind of unlimited, it might be enterprise, depending on the capacity of the company you are working with. Definitely, that is standard objects, standard field, or anytime you hear anything about standard, just know that they are pre-built things that Salesforce provided with the license or with the kind of maybe enterprise or unlimited, depending on the level of license that your company purchased from Salesforce. All those things actually come with the platform. But whenever you hear anything about custom, it might be custom objects, it might be custom field, whatever. Just know that somebody customized it, or you yourself, you are the one that customized it on the platform. And by the time we get to the playground, that is where I will go to really demonstrate to you that this particular thing is what you will see. Any object or any field, any field name or object field name that they added underscore to, just know that that is a custom object or a custom field, all depend. So under this object manager, we're going to do a lot of things here. We're going to build field relationship between different objects on the platform. We're going to demonstrate that. It might be lookup relationship, it might be master detail relationships, or form of relationship you have within the objects that helps you to hold data or to hold record on the platform. All those things, all those concepts, all those areas will be discussed under Object Manager. So that is the thing about Object Manager. Object Manager will help. You need Object Manager. You need to Object Manager as a tool. It's a tool on Salesforce, a platform that you need to actually build customized objects, to modify standard object field, to do so many things. So you need to master it, and it also has something to do with the page layout and so many things like that. Object Manager in Salesforce refer to a user interface tool that allows administrator, developers, both developer, they all make use of Object Manager. Object Manager is being likened to a tool. So it's just an interface tool that you can use to make things, to build things, to create things, to add features to both custom and standard objects. Let's even say there is a certain custom object within your platform that somebody has built before you. You might need to modify it further, or you need to add some field. If there is a need for you to add additional field to it, you can actually use Object Manager to actually get the job done for you. Whatever has to do with you building stuff, managing field, managing object, creating validation rule, building formulas, creating formulas, many things like that is under Object Manager. We're going to get it done, and at the end of the day, so that there is no way you work as a Salesforce administrator that you will not work on these tools as an administrator to get job done for you, to customize different objects, to modify field, to do so many things. And part of how the practical experience that you need on how to make use of these tools, I'm going to actually build an object entirely, none that has never existed on Salesforce platform. And I also encourage you to follow me as I get it from the scratch, to build it, give it name, and do so many things with it. And at the end of the day, we might add up to 20 different fields to that same object we're going to build. So it's going to be a very, very, very interesting project that we're going to demonstrate in this class. So it provides a centralized place to define, configure various aspects of objects, including their field, relationship, record types, and many more. So it's it's another tool that is very, very powerful. You can't just do without it. You need to know how to use it, because it's going to help you to configure the platform, because part of your responsibility as Salesforce administrator is to configure the platform to make it users friendly, that all the tools, the objects that you have on the platform can actually add value to your company, whereby your end users, if they need those objects you're building, any field they want, you must be able to modify it for them, create it for them. Maybe it might be on the standard object or on an existing custom object within your platform. It's your responsibility to be able to know how you can actually set it off efficiently, do everything you need to do, make good use of it, and at the end of the day, give your end users a very, very powerful experience that they will that is going to be top notch, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to deliver value and increase the production and productivities of your company. Now, in the Salesforce object or database table, when you are hearing anything about objects, it's still the same thing that you use. They use spreadsheets that will have headers. The spreadsheets might have a record ID. It might have the name, company name as the header. You know, if you have been doing stuff with all this, this like a document, maybe you get your statement of account exactly, that you have different field on these, and all those different field that are field that are rows. The header of it, the column that you were referring to, like the name, like amount or revenue, or your debit amount, all those stuff, it can be likened to your field. They are the field we refer to on Salesforce, in the Salesforce platform. That is why they say objects are database table. The object you are bringing in, it's like a form of table. But this form of table, there is a way they have already presented it. They've constructed it with all the necessary columns and the rows that actually will help you to bring in records, to bring in data into your platform. Now, Salesforce object of two types. We have what we call standard objects and custom objects. Now, I've been saying it repeatedly over and over again. I'm still going to reiterate it, that the standard objects are those objects that are pre-built, or provided by Salesforce.com. That means you are not the one that provided them. You are not the one that built them. They are already there. Salesforce has provided those ones for us. It's just for you to work with them. Then the second object we have in Salesforce, they are the ones that are referred to as what? Custom objects. The custom objects are the one that you build or somebody else built it. It might be developer, it might be administrator. Both you as a developer or you as an administrator, some people that functions, their job roles, they are the one engaging in imperative coding. That means they engage in coding, programming language to get things done. Those are the developers. But you now, you use declarative programming. I normally use a literary word like click and drop or drag and drop. That click and drop simply means declarative programming. So it can be called declarative programming as well. But the imperative programming are the one the developer are doing on the platform. They use feature force, HTML, they use C++ and all those ones. You don't have business doing imperative programming. Your responsibility is to do declarative programming, which we always refer to as what? Click and drop or drag and drop. So you use Object Manager to actually build the custom object, or you use it to modify the standard object that Salesforce platform already provided for you. Then there are examples of standard object within the Salesforce platform, which you can as well relate with at this level. There was a time I introduced you to opportunity. The opportunity that we have on the Salesforce platform happen to be what? Happen to be standard objects. We also have contract as a standard object. We have case as a standard object. We have campaign as a standard object. We have assets as a standard object. The one we're going to build in this class on our own, we can refer to it as a custom object. Any assignment I give to you on it, I will say, okay, go and build this object. That means the one you are building or your platform will happen to be what? A custom object at the end of the day. Those are the two types of object within the Salesforce platform. The object provided by the Salesforce.com core standard object, example of standard object are what? Accounts, contract, contact, opportunity, lead, product, campaign, cases, users, even those users you are bringing in doing onboarding for. The platform is already existing. They also refer to as a standard object because all the field already, they are already provided for you. You are not the one that make up all the field that you need to fill. Maybe user's name, the area that has to do with you enter the name of the person, first name, last name, and all those things have been provided. So they still categorize users as a standard object. Then we have there are many reports, dashboards, all of them, etc. They are all standard objects. We have custom objects. The custom object created by us are called custom objects in the sense that they store information that is unique. Because why are you creating the custom object? If you observe the standard objects that is Salesforce provided for you, they are not meeting up your organizational goal or your organizational need. You need more fields that can actually help you to get all the data, all the record you want on the platform. If the standard objects that Salesforce provided for you are not meeting up with your need, then you cannot build the one that they are tailor-made to suit your organizational need, goals, and objective. Then that will make you now to say you want to build entirely a custom objects. That's what has brought about why you need to build a custom object, because you notice or it's been observed that, oh, all the standard objects that Salesforce provided are not meeting up with your organizational need. Then your company or you yourself might need to solve that problem by building a custom object from the scratch without anybody. Then you provide all the fields, you provide all the necessary features that custom object needs at the end of the day. So custom objects store information that is unique, important to your organization. Custom objects are the heart of any application. Custom object provide structure for sharing data. The essence of you building the custom object in the first place is for you to be able to share data, to be able to kind of have all your data to be on one single platform, to have all your records, so that when you want to run report, you can easily do your report. When anything you want to do, you can easily get them done on the platform. Then there are key information and features of Salesforce Object Manager. I already said Object Manager, see the Object Manager as a tool where you can build, where you can configure, where you can create, where you can delete, where you can do so many things within the Salesforce platform. It's a tool that has so many features, and part of the features you have on it help you creating and editing objects. You can use it to create, you can use it to edit objects, you can use it to give fields and relationship. We will be going on and off on field and relationship by the time we go to the Object Manager. We also have record types. Definitely, if you are building, let's say, a project now as a custom object, and that custom object called project, which I'm going to build, then you can build a project. Let's say your company, they are manufacturing solar panel. The solar panel they are manufacturing, they are also doing installation. Then you build a custom object called project. That custom object will help you to with different fields that you need to use to input different data, different records on the platform. Then that can get into the point that you want to say, okay, I want to be able to designate different projects. The one that has to do with production, that they are building things, I want to designate it to say, this is the record type for these projects. That means you want to give a project a different type. You can now say, for you to do that, you must create what we call record type. Then you can designate to say, this object, so you're building this project to, one will be called production. The kind of record type name you will give to it is production. And another one will be called installation. So when you have those two items, a project like that will simply help you to say, if this project I'm doing fall on the production area, then I should use the record type called production to address to get all the data for it. Or if your end users need to do another project is installation, everything about installation that will help you to contain all the peak value, all the different stages, all the different status that has to do with it, will help you to pick it at the end of the day. That will give it a unique data that will help you to extract the unique data that pertaining to installation, that help you to extract unique data that is pertaining to production at the end of the day. Record type will help you to get it done. And that is what we call page layout. It allows you to create, customize different profiles, and also control the field that different end users can have access to, because part of your responsibility as a Salesforce administrator is to ensure the security of the platform. At all times, you make sure you put all the necessary control in place so that no breach of data or compromise within of people's data or customers' data within a platform. You have to be very, very careful. I want to get that job done for you. Part of the tool is right in the Object Manager, which we refer to as page layout. Validation rules and workflow is also there. You use validation rule to impose data quality on the Salesforce platform. How do you use validation rule to ensure data quality within the Salesforce platform? The first thing you need to know about validation rule simply means, now let's say you have a field called end date. Let's say that you build a custom object called a project, and there is an end date field. That end date for the project, that means the date that the project is going to end. It's going to help you to bring in the date field as a data on the platform. Now, mistake can happen that your end users can enter the end date as the past date. Today is 30th January 2024. Maybe by error, by mistake, maybe advertently or inadvertently, somebody is trying to play smart or something, or to say they don't want to take responsibility that this project they ought to have done it and they didn't do it on time, or they really want to manipulate, all best known to them anyway. But what I'm simply saying, you can use validation rule to impose data quality within the Salesforce platform. How does it help in the area of somebody writing the date in the date of the closing date or the end date for a project in the day in the past? What do you do? You use validation rule to actually impose that any end user that is trying to enter, if you are doing a project now, you start that project today. Today's happen to be January 30th, 2024. Then the end date for that project cannot be today. Definitely, it might be like next month. It might be 6 months time. So, and somebody is trying to write the end date for your project, and that person is writing it to be that your project is going to end in the day in the past. Writing maybe the project is you're starting a project today, and somebody by mistake is writing the date that the project is going to end, is going to be by maybe January and November 25th, 2023. And if that particular data or that error should go into your system, it's going to disrupt, it's going to break your report. You can really produce a report that will give actionable output for your end users or stakeholders, because the essence of the report you want to run for your company as an administrator is for the reports to give your stakeholders actionable information that is so insightful that they can take decision based on that report. Then if you don't ensure data quality within your Salesforce platform, there's going to be trouble. Definitely, we're going to do a lot of stuff. And here it's going to be kind of a little bit technical, because we're going to build some formulas. We're going to integrate formula into it. But don't worry, I'm going to make it as simple as ABC, that's ABCD, that you're going to understand it. So that shouldn't be a problem at all, because I will make sure that I build the formula into anything that I'm building, or the validation rule, or anything that I want to build within a platform, to make sure that I start from the smaller, the simplest of the formula for you. Then you'll be able to get, because there is no way, you must understand formula before you can do stuff with validation rule. We have permissions, security, compact layout, search layout, record types, and lightning, so many things on the app manager. By the time we get to the playground, you know much more and better thing with it. There is another tool called Schema Builder. The Schema Builder is a valuable tool within the Salesforce platform for administrator, developer, architect, as it simply is a process of defining and designing, managing data structure of your Salesforce organization. It helps you to visualize the structure of what you are building. When you use Object Manager to build custom object and all that, there is a way you can also use Schema Builder to achieve the same thing, to virtualize the relationship that object A is having with object B, lead is having with account, the kind of relationship. It might be master detail relationship, it might be lookup relationship, all depends at the end of the day. Whether you are creating custom object, defining the relationship, it can actually help you to virtualize it. I'm going to show you a schema builder at the right time. So don't just let that one bother. You might not make much meaning to you at this point. It's understandable. But definitely, when we get there practically, you'll be able to relate with it better. Now, there are features under schema builder. Feature data modeling, the one you'll be able to provide a visual presentation and representation of your Salesforce data model, making it easy for understanding, to modify, and so many other things like that. We have object creation and management under it now. You can as well use the schema builder to create and manage objects as well. That's what it simply means by that concept or the word they're using there. What schema builder will help you to do? It will help you to visualize data modeling, help you to create objects and manage them. For field creation, you can use it to create field. You can as well use it to build relationship, and that kind of relationship between two objects using drag and drop interface, or in declarative language, drag and drop interface of a thing. Then it specifies the types such as master details relationship, lookup relationship, or set a cascade delete option. You know, when objects like opportunity and lead, they have what we call master detail relationship with accounts. Now, what it simply means that in Salesforce platform, if you delete master object, the child object will be deleted immediately. In Salesforce platform, the child object to account happen to be what? Happen to be lead, happen to be opportunity. When account object is deleted, definitely the lead is also going to be deleted. The opportunity is also going to be deleted. That is what they refer to as cascading effect. One action will lead to another action, another action will lead to another action, another action will lead to another action. It's a continuous things like that. So that is one single step you want to take to say, I want to delete account objects within your platform. Before you know it, it can impact so many other objects. Why? Because of the master detail relationship. But the one that calls lookup relationship simply means it's a loose relationship, unlike a master detail relationship that happen to be a tight relationship. But lookup relationship is a kind of loose relationship. The security of the parent object does not define the security of the child's object, as in the lookup relationship. What happened to the parent's object in lookup relationship does not necessarily happen to the child's object. It's just a kind of lookup relationship that when you are on object A, you can as well view object B without leaving the object A to move to object B. That is what a kind of lookup where you can see right on the other object. Validation rules, as I just put it, is also things you can do under Schema Builder. Lighting record page integration, data import and export is also Schema Builder provide option for data import, export, making it convenient to manage your data model and data migration. Now, there are different forms of relationship on Salesforce platform. You can have to create a kind of link different objects together. Create relationship to link object which is other, or you can say when users fill the record, when you are on one object, you can at the same time fill another object without leaving that object. Let's say you are on a lead object. Let's say you are on account object now. You are still on account object because of the list view they are having, because of the master detail relationship. You don't need to leave the account object before you can access, let's say, opportunity object. If you are right on it, because of the master detail relationship, if you are right on the object manager, If you are on an account object, you can access opportunity objects. That's what they are trying to say in terms of creating a relationship. So there are different type of relationship between objects in Salesforce, and this determine how to handle data in terms of data deletion, in terms of data sharing, in terms of require field in page layout. Let's review this type of relationship by the time we get to the playground. Definitely, we have the place when I'm kind of going through all this PowerPoint, this theory area, you cannot escape it in the multiple choice questions. And most of the multiple choice questions, the answer, I'm trying to provide it with all this PowerPoint presentation. Then, because we want to achieve two things in this through this training, you'll be able to understand Salesforce and work comfortably as a Salesforce administrator after this training. Not only that, you'll be able to go for the Salesforce admin exam to make you a certified Salesforce administrator. You must be able to pass the exam. So this theory part is also very, very important. And at the same time, what will make you to understand the platform better, to be able to understand and relate well with the practical demonstration we're going to be doing on the playground or the develop org, definitely has to do with you. You can relate with all those concepts theoretically, then practically now, it's now consolidate your knowledge and give you all the necessary understanding that you have, that you need to function or to perform at your peak as a Salesforce administrator. Very, very important. And there are features that is we have that is associated, that is unique with master detail relationship. You know, I said there are different relationships that objects are having within the Salesforce platform. There are different type of relationship, lookup relationship, hierarchical relationship, master detail relationship. But within the scope of these exams, you are limited to like master detail relationship, many-to-many relationship, lookup relationship, junction objects, and all that. We're going to discuss this into detail, and definitely we're going to demonstrate it practically by time we get to the playground. Now, master detail relationship, I said it earlier, is a very strong relationship. It's a tight relationship binding two objects together. Let's say between the account object and opportunity object, the kind of relationship that opportunity object has with account object is a master detail relationship. That means the master control certain behaviors of the related objects known as the details. The related objects is you can call it details object or size object in Salesforce. So when you create a master detail relationship between two objects, the detail object record are considered the children of the master's objects, like the way we consider opportunity as the size object to the master's object. The master's object in the relationship between account and opportunity happen to be account. Account is the master object. Then the size object is the opportunity. Even if we create our own object today now, the project object I'm going to, as a practical experience on, we're going to give it a kind of master detail relationship between the project and account. And also we can give it lookup relationship between a contact object and a project object. And when I establish those relationships, I'm definitely going to really make you to be able to relate with it practically by the time we do the demo. Then we have roll-up summary field. Anything that has to do with roll-up in Salesforce is relating, it's only possible where there is a master detail relationship. You don't use roll-up summary field on a lookup relationship. Please take note of that. It's only possible between master detail relationship. What do they use roll-up summary to do? It helps to summarize, maybe to count size object and summarize it on master detail relationship, on a master object. It will go and count. Maybe it can be sum, it can be average, it can be anything, depending on what you want to use it to achieve. It will bring it up on the master object. Then we have the cascade deletes now. Simply means that if you delete a master record, definitely the details record are automatically deleted. If you delete account object, your opportunity object will be deleted. If you build a custom object today, and that custom object is having a master detail relationship with one other object, definitely when you delete that custom object as a standard object, the child object is going to be deleted immediately. Then when you have a custom object and a standard object, the standard object will always be a master's object. It can never be a child object to a custom object. That is another very, very core feature you need to understand about master detail relationship. I will say it again because it used to come out in the exams. You see it as a multiple source exercise. If you really want to go more technical, if you have a master detail relationship that is existing between standard objects and a custom object. Let's say you build an object yourself, and at the end of the day, they have a master detail relationship. What I'm saying now is that that relationship that is existing between them, when you have a custom object, it can never be a master object to a standard object. Always, standard objects will always be a master object to a custom object. Custom object will always be a size object or details object to the master object. So security setting on the master record affect the details record. And that is why that security setting that says if you delete custom standard, if you delete parent object, then size object will be deleted immediately. That is what is simply saying about that security setting. Then we have another one called lookup relationship. It's a weaker relationship. It's very, very weak. It's not strong. They don't depend on one another for anything. It's just for if I'm on a master object, I'm able to if I'm on a master object, I'm able to access size objects. That's what it simply means. So if you delete in a lookup relationship, take note of this word. If you delete the parent object, that doesn't mean that it will have any cascade effect by deleting the size object. No, it doesn't. They don't have that kind of touch relationship. It does not control the security of the size object. Every one of them, they have their own different security. It does not depend. So the lookup relationship is a weaker relationship where one object called the parent or lookup is associated with another object called the child or related. Then you have lookup operation do not imply control or ownership. It does not control or have ownership authority over the child's object. They can exist independently. Take note of that word. Like the kind of relationship that account object is having with contact. That means the contact person in the company is always a lookup relationship. So if you delete account, contact will not be deleted. But if it is account you delete, definitely opportunity will be deleted immediately. So there is a lookup relationship between, it does not have a cascading effect. Whenever it does not have cascading effect, that what I do here lead to another one and cause trouble for it, definitely then you can refer to it as a loose relationship called lookup relationship. No cascade delete effect. It does not automatically delete the child objects. We have cross-object reporting. Now, you can create custom report type to display the data from both related objects. So it simply means that whenever you do, if it is a lookup relationship, on a one report on the masters, if you are running a master report now, if you are running a report on a master object, definitely you can also use it to run the child object as well. Because on the parent object, you can have access to the size object. Definitely, you can use that report to actually run things on them. This might not, they are not related to you like that at this point. I must be sincere. Before you can have anything to do with self relationship, external lookup relationship, indirect lookup relationship, most time it has to do with advanced Salesforce administrator.
Alright, that's a wrap up for today's video. I hope you have picked up some valuable insights and actionable tips in Salesforce ecosystem. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumb up. If you found it helpful, I'm Asikola Oshirikan and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.